Robbie Williams Rewind.
Welcome to Robbie Williams Rewind. We are the champions. I'm Matt.
And I'm Lucy.
And along with help from special guests, we take you on an in-depth rewind through the solo career of multi-award-winning singer, songwriter and entertainer, Robbie Williams.
We're very excited to welcome back onto the podcast two special guests who have been absolutely instrumental in the making of Britpop, Karl and Owen Parker.
Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome.
very pleased to be here.
Lovely to see you again.
Again, yeah.
And thank you for inviting us into your studio.
Well, yes.
Oh, this little place.
Yeah. This is we're in Paul Studios down, for anybody that doesn't know, down near London Bridge, I think.
Yeah,
Bermondsey. But this place, I've recorded here many times, but this place is pretty special to us now because we produced all my life in here.
We did.
This is the very room.
Whilst
It's a
on-
great sounding drum room and everything else.
Yeah. It's got a lovely vibe.
Yeah. So it's nice that we're in here to talk about Britpop. So not only are you both a huge part of Robbie's live setup, with you, Karl, being his musical director, but you've also co-written, recorded and produced nearly all of Britpop. Karl, you play drums on every song except Pocket Rocket, and Owen, you're all over the album, playing keys and doing programming and the guitar. So you've both provided backing vocals too. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Would you believe it? I do. I can sing.
So what's it like to collaborate so closely together?
Well, let me just jump in there because, first of all, this guy is my right-hand man. I couldn't do anything without him. And I think the first thing...
I'm on the right-hand side as well. That works.
Yeah, it does. And when we first got together in the studio, we wrote at your old house. The first thing we ever wrote together was Green-Eyed Mental Boy.
Yeah.
As a piece of music. Mm-hmm. And that one was last out the traps, really. But going back to me and Owen, we just formed a great bond. We get on really well. We both wear glasses, which is a big thing we've got in common. And we hit it off. Because I think being in the studio together, firstly, which, working together live is a different thing, but working in the studio requires a certain dynamic. Mm-hmm. And Owen does everything. He's a one-man machine, and I can play. I've mastered the drums, I'm glad to say, and I've got a good brain for songwriting, arrangements, for producing, etc. But we let each other breathe, and we both love what we connect really well.
Yeah.
We join all the dots, join with me and Owen. And not only that, if we go for dinner or have a drink together, we have a right good laugh. We're a good energy boost for each other. Yeah. So that works, and we both understand each other. So the friendship formed over time. When the opportunity arose, and he became the main man and keys in the band, everything just lined up and came together, and it gave us more time ability to write together because we were in each other's company. So it's been a lovely bromance that's grown and grown.
Yeah.
It really has.
Well, I met Karl for the first time in Abbey Road.
Yeah.
And that was 2012. But we didn't, we were sort of ships in the day there, working with lots of other people in the same room, sort of thing. And I came out to a gig, 2015, Paris, and I remember talking to you then, and we just got together in the studio and it just worked. I can do a lot of things very quickly, but sometimes I can lose focus. And so it's like this guy produces me to go, right, do this, or I've got an idea, and I'll come up with loads of different ideas, send them, and then you have suggestions, then we get together, and then we collaborate together, and then it's presented to Rob. Whereas before, I knew Rob a bit because he'd emailed me. He liked the stuff I'd been doing with other people. But once I met Karl was able to guide me.
Channel.
Yeah, and collaborate with me, and then choose the right time, say, Rob, I've got something to play to you, sort of thing. And then work with Rob to get the songs from, blank canvas to, masterpiece in the Louvre. Yes. Or on the cover of an album. Yeah.
It's quite frightening how, time, things have moved fast, and we've been writing together for quite a while now. I mean, going back to the first
10 years.
10 years. Is it 10 years?
2016.
Even through COVID, we were doing it on WhatsApp and videos with each other, world and its mother, and more than this.
Yeah. Comment section.
Owen will be in his laboratory, something call it, and he's working away. I'm like, well, that was good over there, and what you doing there? We're doing all this stuff on FaceTime and whatnot, and sending stuff to LA. I think Rob was in at the time. But between the three of us, there's a magic of a filter and a journey with each embryo that goes through the system. And whatever it is, really works, because our strike rate's been great. We did a lot of tracks on the Christmas record, but I think the thing for us is that the whole process is thoroughly enjoyable and a trusted source now. So if Rob's after a certain thing, we get on the phone, he'll be working away, we'll get together. We ended up finishing like a lot of this album, and I'm talking about the journey of a song. Like Owen left, I think, Dubai, and we'd already done Spies. Oh my God, Human, yeah. It's called something else in Sticks and Stones.
But they sent me the top line for Human. I know that's further down the line in the questioning. I was working at LMA at the time because I wasn't in the band full time at that point. And so I had to set the students. I said, well, the boss has... come on, you know, he's everywhere here. Write a song. Went off to a room and then I put the vocal together and then started sculpting. And came up with Middle 8, actually, in LMA. So that's just how we work. It's, you know, 30
Every
years
song's
ago
got
it
a
would have been
different-
really hard without internet and...
Oh God, that was beautiful over COVID because we were able to still channel our energy somewhere.
Yes.
And it's beautiful that a couple of songs made it, I think, onto the deluxe. But over time, each song's got a different journey, really, because we'll write on the road. We could be in a dressing room or a hotel room in Dubai or whatever. Not now,
No.
But there's lots of stories. I'm sure we'll get to. But I guess the main thing is Rob. Since I've been with Rob, which is near 17 years. It took me a while to get to the songwriting opportunity, but I'm really grateful that he gave me the chance to do that because Rob's a believer in all kinds of different music and genres, and if he likes a progression and how it sounds, he won't judge it. If he likes a song, he likes a song. Yeah. And I've got the same head as that because I can hear a song in all formats if it's a good song. But he really trusts us, and I think we're really grateful that he leans on us to come to us for ideas and songs because it works, you know. We're on to a really good thing. I think BRITPOP has been a great example. And 6 years in the making, I know we're both extremely proud and still silently punching the air about it because I still...
I'm not silent. I'm walking around. I've got one of the number one things. I keep walking around hitching in Sainsbury's. So, no one? No.
Well, I just remember how excited, I think, Karl, you may have mentioned it to us early on, you know, secretly before it came out. And you didn't say anything about it. It was when we were interviewing you said, I can't say anything about it, but we could just see how excited you were. Yeah. And you were in the room just afterwards as well. We could feel the excitement.
Yeah, I've lived and breathed this record and, you know, I really wanted it to get to number one for Rob. That was an important thing for me. I really wanted him to stamp his authority with the sound he wanted to make.
Yes.
And I really wanted it to be all about the growl nostalgia and song quality as opposed to the pressurising must have a single that gets everywhere. Because I think this album's definitely put a stamp on music again, just for guitars and what, you know, the whole sound of it. So I'm extremely proud of that.
Yeah.
I really am.
And the fact it sounds less... There's certain, you know, albums that I'll listen to of other artists and just you can feel the think tank guiding it, whereas here it's organically him driving it, us providing what we hope he thinks he wants, and then the reviews being like the Telegraph review, Noel Cormack saying, you know, about Noel Gallagher, you don't need to write another song because Robbie Williams has nailed it, and the New Statesman and the Spectator.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was. One said Robbie Williams is one of the finest musicians the UK has ever produced. Yeah. I'm so pleased they write musician. Then everyone, you know, is always he's such a performer, such a performer. Yeah. He's an astonishing songwriter. Yes. And an amazing singer and an amazing musician. Yeah. And the whole... And then there's the stagecraft, and there's no one like him for that. But it's you know, and there's especially working with him
like that. I mean, reviews are great, and it just gives you a pat on the back. But the reviews are great, and there's texts off certain people I got that I thought, wow, this has really hit the spot with people. It really has. Yeah. Done everything we wished it would do, and Rob's really proud of it. I guess that the thing I admire about Rob is he's very good at making decisions and going, that's it. I've probably lost years of sleep going, should that be on it? should that one be on it? And it's an incredibly strong deluxe record.
Yes.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
Good Metal Boys, Selfish Disco, Comment Section.
Yeah.
100%.
100%, yeah. Fucking
Comment
amazing.
Sections has been on 3 different records. And booted off again. But Rob's great. If I say to Rob now, don't you wish that Selfish Disco? He's like, no, it's all good because he's right,
That's why Deluxe is there.
You make a decision and it's there, the album's there forever. So it was such a joy to do the exercise of putting it out on Instagram and then playing Selfish Disco. I was tempted to say, Liverpool voted for Green Eyed Mental Boy, so we could get a feel on there, but I think I'm pushing it.
Yeah, I did wonder whether you might do a different one in each.
It was talked
city.
about, but I think but the tour was so short, we just had to stick to the roadmap,
Yeah.
Made sense.
And how was Martin Terefe chosen as a producer, and how was it decided who produced which songs?
Martin, I was working with all the time. I was just grateful that there was someone close to me.
To exec and then produce.
People wanted a name on it, basically.
Right.
And Martin was the best man for that job. But over time, it's really hard nowadays to be a producer and hang on to the whole record.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people, even if Rob takes a song on, been produced by someone else, it costs money to do it again and do all that. So the journey that happened was because we had so much time, and Martin was the best guy to be in at the hub, if you like.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful because we got to produce a lot of our own stuff and be involved with everything.
Yeah.
Real nice group effort. When we did Pretty Face, we'd kind of established that what tracks work with Martin and what tracks work with me, Owen and Sam, and that started to all be because you can go around the houses with mixes and stuff for weeks. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's what Rob wants and likes to hear.
Yeah.
So we worked out what ingredients go in what pot, and then as a beautiful thing exercise before we hit the road, we went in the studio at Eastcote, and I said to Owen, let's get the whole band in for this, because at the end of the day, we're going to be up there with Jerry chewing his face off, and Tom with his winkle pickers on, and Gary checking his watch. Yeah. So Jerry plays the bass because he means it. He's like, he eats the notes, and I love it. It's so visual. But so we got the band in to Eastcote, and we just did Pretty Face then and then in one day. And the good thing about that is when you're up there playing it or promoting a record, you're all together, and it feels so good to be part of. I think I was very conscious that we'd done a lot of the album without the band, really, because of how it came together. Right. It was quite disjointed. That's the word I've been looking for. Yeah. So getting the band in to do that was a joyous moment. We couldn't do it for all of it because a lot of it had been done, and Martin used different guys, and honestly, it was quite the journey. But what a great result.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
So it sounds as though you enjoyed the whole process of producing and being involved so much throughout the whole process.
Learned so much is what I'm saying.
It was a wonderful, an absolute journey, and even more made sweeter that it turned out, I think, to our expectations, maybe but you're supposed to always strive for the next thing, but I'm very, very proud of it. And the fact that it came out and it had the reaction it did.
I tell you, it's been lovely. A few people have got in touch, other artists, and a few people to say, really love that record. Would you be able to do something with us? Because we like the sound of it. And you go, that's a nice pat on the back. Because, again, I'll thank Rob for trusting on us to produce.
Yeah.
And some of the comments that I've had, which, when you work within the industry, of people I really respect saying, mate, it's an amazing sounding record. And you go, thank you, because that we worked hard to work with brilliant engineers and mixers to realise that, so that it's, the whole package is just, class, I'd hope.
Yes. I think the album has done wonderful things, and I also think it's like a box of chocolates. It's got something in there for everybody. Maybe could have had one more on there, but
we'll talk about that later.
That again. The whole journey of the record wasn't a strategic plan as to who was doing what. Right. It was very much everything on the board, and it came together naturally. And each song because we had 6 years, it went through the journey of different versions and experiments, and what's ended up on the record was right for the record. That's why there's 4 or 5 different producers, but everyone that's on there knows each other and works together,
Right.
which is why it's worked beautifully. We had the time and the patience.
Yes.
I mean, I think fucking amazing, can I say that? Effing amazing.
Yep.
And Morrissey went off to, Martin chose this brilliant guy called Klaus, who should get a mention, to do the most wonderful stuff.
Wizard.
Digital wizardry stuff.
Yeah.
Again, great call from Martin. And these tracks came out and we went, oh my God, it's like being on LSD, even though I don't know what that's like. It was amazing, really amazing. So the journey of the album couldn't have been better. And I think it's quite overwhelming when it got to number one, and then we did the small tour. It's like, now what?
Yeah.
You know, it was quite a mountain to climb. When you got to the top, didn't know where to look really.
Yeah. And then did you purposely write some of the songs to fit the Britpop theme, or did that just kind of come organically?
Well, I know at some point Rob did say, Owen, Britpop. He had the title, didn't he?
He did. The title was there from a long time. It moved away from the title but came back. And it could have come out in another year's time, but I knew the title, everyone would go, of course. It's quite not an obvious title, but I'm surprised no one else has gone.
Yeah.
But it's classic Rob. Because it can mean whatever you want, Brit pop or pop Brit, and it's very clever. But he wanted to make a stab and a nod of the head to the nostalgic guitar. He loved the whiny lines, which you capitalised on, and
Spies.
Use one of those.
And Spies was one of the first out the traps.
Yeah.
Because that was just a track. I was trying to sort of subvert, because he'd gone, just make it like, come on. And I had a chord progression from years earlier, which was a nice little sort of kind of Nick Drakey sort of thing. So it's open tuning, so it's got all these nice chiming things. And I sort of, right, distortion pedal, really nice, simple backing track. It goes to you and Rob, and then you go, it's a Robbie Williams song now. So it goes from a track which obviously took both of your imaginations, but then comes back, especially with the chorus.
It's had a bit of a journey, that song. We've changed top lines, we've changed lyrics, we've changed the tempo. It's a lot slower.
It was slower. It was more.
I think it's going to be single number one at first.
Yeah.
Right. So that one has always held its own.
Yeah.
Because it's a great song, and I didn't realise till we did the Long 90s tour how anthemic and how much everyone loved it. It kind of reminded me of a sort of Embrace tune.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow. Because that's another thing, doing Spies across the European tour in Berlin and a few places. I'm up there. One, it's an amazing moment. But two, once you've kicked in, you're thinking, please sing it. Please react.
Yeah.
But Spies has stood the test of time.
Yes.
Written 6 years ago in...
Wow.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, was it? I think. Or Dubai, I can't remember.
Was that where you... Yeah, is that where you were?
Yeah.
So from Hitchin to Dubai?
Hitchin to Dubai, back to Hitchin, yeah.
You've talked a little bit about your writing process and how you've done it remotely. How does that differ when you're all in different parts of the world and you're exchanging those notes versus coming together, or do you enjoy doing that mix of both? Does that happen all of the time?
Well, there's I worked for a number of years at a company called Xenomania. So at Xenomania, the main guy there, Brian, he loved Dancing Queen, which is obviously perfect. But there was a story that Dancing Queen was an instrumental that ABBA, Benny Bjorn wrote, and they played it in a Stockholm nightclub and saw everyone dancing and they checked out just the music before they then wrote the top line. So Brian would always get us to write backing tracks. So I did that for years. So I developed a pretty good skill of just send me anything, because when Rob first got in contact, I was petrified. It was like I'd been in, the girl at high school that I've always wanted to go to the prom with said, do you want to go to the prom? And I went, I do, but I'm scared. Because I was there going, well, what do you want? He said, send me anything. And I'm like, no. So through time, you learn to just create these soundscapes and stuff that you hope will ignite him, because he's so
kind of
quick.
What excites him, Yeah. I know, I'm pretty confident now with chord progressions and sounds. I mean, I first flew to LA. Rob heard one thing I'd done with a friend, actually, who, before I met the love of my life, I was writing with Ben Castle. as you know from the Christmas record.
Yeah.
Lovely Ben.
We did. Ben's a great writer too, and I was gutted when he was moving to Australia because I thought, oh. And then lo and behold, God sent Owen through the clouds and hit you. But no, I sent Rob one thing, and he got in touch, and we went to America, and we wrote Bad Sharon and New Year's Day and all those tracks. But it was then I realised what he likes, because Rob doesn't, going back to your point, Rob doesn't want to be in the room all the time.
Yes.
He wants to come in when the track is kind of, he likes what it is. He wants to top line first.
It's a bit on the hob and there's the stuff and it's bubbling,
It's
and
like
then
three phases.
but then he comes in and adds all the flavour.
If it was Willy Wonka's factory, he'll come in when we've accepted it, goes through the everlasting Godstopper machine, comes out, and then we sit down, and that's when it gets serious. The top lines are nailed. Then when he sits down to put his stamp on lyrics, which, by the way, on record, he's a lyrical genius, the best lyricist that I've ever come across in my life. Talk about speed. His brain just, when he's doing it and he means it and he knows it's going to become something and he gives it the full him, you know, that's when you realise you're very fortunate enough to be in the room with him, is what I say. So that whole journey means we don't have to be in the room always, but we have to be prepared, get everything ready in the kitchen, and then when we're with him, get the moment with him, because the times we get together are minimal, but like we'll do gigs and we'll have a mobile studio, and he goes through Heathrow Airport like Inspector Gadget. And we've got mics and all the gear set up. Wherever we are, we'll make it work. So a lot of the vocals on this record are done all over the place. I mean, it's quite unreal, but you have to get Rob where you can, because he's a busy guy.
Yeah, setting Mike up whilst he's in glam, about to go on stage in a stadium, and he's there singing like that, and hairspray. Yeah,
His work ethic. If you ask him to do, if you say, Rob, we've got to do this. I mean, we were in London the other day. Owen comes over, and we had 3 or 4 things to do. It could be lyric changes. It could be a new track that needs demoing before we're in here doing new music. But you just have to be organised to make sure we've got everything ready, so that whilst he's away now, we can prepare everything else. Yeah. And that's the cycle. So it'll be very minimal times you'll be together that much. But if at the writing process, we did a lot of writing over what tour was it? We were in Dublin, XXV tour.
Yeah.
So we didn't have that many days off. If we did, we'd be set up somewhere and we'd be writing tracks, and we've got a bag of stuff that's not finished, or stuff we've tried and not got to finish, but there's a load of results from that too. Yeah. You know, but you've got to keep at it. You just got to, the work rate's got to be high and hard.
You guys have created the most fantastic chemistry. That is a special thing.
It is, you know, and even backstage, you know, the machine never stops. So if we're backstage promoting this record, and we know what's coming, all those acoustic versions, have all been created. But I mean, Rocket was a creation from Owen and Tom backstage, messing with
Pocket Rocket.
Sorry, yeah, and so then that spurred on to do versions of all those. You know, Mike from the team was like, "Can we get versions of Spies like that? Can we do?" And it became a thing. And then we had the disco backstage. So all these things keep the days busy, but also keeps the content churning away. Yeah. And Rob would never say no. I mean, he's got bags of energy, and so have you, to be fair.
And if you didn't hear it, Karl just said new music.
New music?
Who told me
about this? No.
I heard him say it.
So with the album taking so many years to come out, did the track list change loads in that time? Or was it mostly fixed?
Yes and no. I mean, this is the beauty of the deluxe, is that I don't think there's anything really that I was like crestfallen that they had fallen by the wayside.
Right.
The only thing I'd say, there was one that got away that was a big one, but it got away for a reason, and it might surface again. Okay. Because I think what was really important was that it stayed. Once we realised that we were hitting not hitting a nerve, we were pushing buttons by everyone enjoying the nostalgic guitar sound. We thought, well, how pop does it want to go? Yeah. So we were quite particular about, and Rob was, about not going too pop, and maybe saving a bit for another journey.
Yeah. Yes.
So The only thing that would have changed is what went on the deluxe and what went on the main. But you were party to that experiment.
Oh yes.
And still to this day, I think we'd all probably move a couple out, but that's always is always going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see that they've all got their own moment. You know, they really have.
He said in the interview with us that he didn't want to go too cute. That was his word for it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So he was cautious and careful about.
But that's why Selfish Disco was a bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
But then when he performs it on stage at the end of a gig where he's been playing a whole album, it actually made sense. But it's hard to see that far ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if Selfish Disco was a massive hit, would he like performing it in another 5 years' time? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Some songs age well, some don't.
Yeah.
So I'd say, did the album playlist change a lot? Let me just think. It did in the last moment. It just a few went and a few surprises. Because I tell you what did a trick is It's Okay Till the Drugs Stop Working was a late comer, and so was Pretty Face. And You wasn't on there at all. And then
that was one of the first ones done.
Yeah.
And I was really trying to think outside of the box. And actually in Dingwalls, he turned around and said, "Do we make art rock?" You know, to me, like that. And it was because I was trying to go for early 90s.
There's other tracks like that as well. That whatever that is, art rock.
Yes.
Those were the first ones out, the Traps, because he was very much going down that road.
Yeah.
And I think as time travelled, as time passed, those ones started to disappear a bit. Right. But then right at the death, he was like, hold on, it's a bit too tonguey, it's a bit too sweet.
Yeah.
So there's another song that went missing off there that will be heard at some point.
Great.
And it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's probably too sweet for Britpop, to be fair.
Yeah.
He was bang on. So that's why you went, right, you're going back in there because I want some more wonk.
Yes.
Bite Your Tongue's one of those too.
Yeah.
It's another one. That was always staying on, but everything was like Bite Your Tongue and You for me.
Yeah. And was there a song on the album? What song on the album took longest to finish, and why? Do you remember? I guess.
Longest to finish?
I've got mine, but you. I know what one went through.
I mean, Human went round a lot of
it did.
houses. I had a version from home, and then I remember the first time Martin Terefe heard it, his ears pricked up, and he's like, "I'd like to be involved in this."
I love this.
I certainly was a bit, but I think I've nailed this, but you're Martin Terefe, so I would like to hear what you do. And then it was bringing in Jesse and Joy, and that whole thing took a life of its own away. And then Chris Martin gets in contact and says, "Can I do some stuff?" And we're like,
we were in New
so
Zealand.
it just,
They were in New
we
Zealand.
were in Perth.
Was it Perth?
And we were going to go on a boat, and we went on the boat for an hour and then got dropped to the shore because I had to run off stem. People said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I've got to run off stems for Chris Martin." Pick that name up.
It was
Put it back
unbelievable.
over
I
on
think
the
Rob
shore.
sent it to him, and he just said, "Chris has been in touch. He'd love to have a mess with you." And I was like, "Wow! Well, if that isn't a box ticked, I don't know what is." But it was a fantastic compliment to get, you know, because when you've written songs early on, you play them that much, you kind of become used to them.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to disassociate between the subjective and the objective brain, where you really believe in something, but then you go, "But it is mine, partly mine," and I might. It's like saying maybe that your child's drawing is very good when it's not. Although both my children are very good drawers, and they made cards for Emily yesterday, and they're both excellent. 9 over 10. So, but you do question yourself, and that's why a team, like working on your own, you'll go mad unless you're Prince or Brian Wilson, who were mad, but. I would just, working on your own would be, because you need someone else to say, "Mate, that's really good," or "Mate, I'm not feeling this," and Rob's great with that.
I think one of the hardest things, and we've talked about it before, Rocket went through different producers, different mixers. It went round the houses a little bit, and I think the biggest thing with Rocket was it wasn't your straight ahead Britpop track. It was a bit more heavy, coming from
And with Tony Iommi on it as well.
Tony Iommi on
So
it.
it's
It was
just like-
doing a thing, but Rob's doing that. He's so what? Rocket's had so many streams now, and it's done really well.
Yeah.
And there he is at the end of this whole campaign playing Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah,
You know,
perfect.
there's a journey there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and there's no rules with Rob.
Yeah.
So I love the fact we'd just done that. With Tony and Rob turned up to do the Rocket video, and they're both gone out with black cars and they've never met each other. And I was like, oh my God, look at this! This is amazing. And they walked over. I was like, look, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is something. And weirdly enough, ironically, in the background, because it was in Digbeth, Birmingham, it's a big graffiti spray painting of Ozzy on the back wall.
Nice.
And I was just looking at that and them two walking towards me. And Tony brought me back down to earth because I said, have you got your guitar? And he went, no. Totally wound me up.
He's always winding you up.
Always winding me up. But I know people were uncomfortable with that collaboration being the first track out the traps, and people were saying it won't get on radio, is what people told me.
It got on radio.
And it fucking did.
Yeah, it did.
And it got A-listed and it got played the hell out of.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. We can do what we want. There it is.
Yeah.
And also, it wasn't too focused on the Live Through a Lens comparison because Spies was coming and we get that. But the journey then was just beautiful because we'd had the wonk moment. Hold on, how's that work? And then it did great. And of course, when Spies came, it was
more
like,
of a Zippo. Bring out your Zippo light.
It was brilliant. I absolutely loved that journey. It was just mega. And Tony's now become part of the family, really. So when Rob did the Ozzy Osbourne thing the other week, well, everyone really embraced it, didn't they?
Yeah.
He really nailed it.
He did, yeah.
Have you never ever known an artist to nail so many genres?
No.
Oh, he's king of the genres.
He
That's what
is,
I'm calling him.
That vocal
Forget king of the
was
genres.
absolutely off the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, I was blown away. I mean, I know Rob's vocal is good, right? But
we all know
was
Rob as
something
like
else.
the best entertainer, and when he gets that head on,
Goodness.
he was behind the screen at the Brits, and I looked at him and I thought, God, I wonder how he's feeling, because I was there, but I wasn't playing kit. Obviously, I was doing the 1, 2, 3, 4s, and the brilliant thing, he just in his confidence of himself, he told me after, he just said, I'm gonna, he was gonna nail this, and he did. But he was so cool about it. He weren't running everywhere. He was very respectable to the situation and part of a band.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I went, because I know him inside out, but I was like, wow, check you out. It
And
was just
the response, I went to see a physio a few days ago, really loads of tattoos, and he's there looking at my wonky foot, and he said, when did this start? And I said, it started around Dingwalls. Well, what were you doing? I was playing guitar, but I think, are you a musician? Yeah. Did you play for anyone I'd know? And sometimes I go either way. Sometimes I say, oh yeah, just do, this, that, the other. Sometimes you go, well, oh yeah, I will say. And I said, yeah, I play for Robbie Williams. And he went, oh my God, he said, I'm a massive Ozzy Osbourne fan. The Brits was amazing. And I went, it's right there. It's right there. He said,
Having done a lot in rock world, and with my midlife crisis rock band,
Yes.
as the missus calls it, it was so good to see the rock world embrace it, because there's a lot of people out there, as we were talking about earlier, love to go on
They
social
can be proper
media and just stick a
gatekeepers.
boot
They
in.
can be harsh.
Like I said, see on my drum thing this week, someone's just put no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather them call me a bitch or something, some crap insulting.
That's the internet.
But I was watching the next few days streaming, and Sharon's reaction, and I was like so proud of him, because big shoes.
Yeah.
And he nailed it,
Yeah, he did.
He really nailed it in every way.
It's the end of the show
The
as
press
well.
was clear on the screen before he went on, and he looked like the Hulk when he came out. I was like, Jesus. And the thing is, it just proof in the pudding is that he can do, he can rap, he can do the crooner, he can do the pop, he can do the rock, the swing, and the heavy metal.
So this is the country album that we're here to make.
That's coming. Shh, don't tell him.
Shit.
Sorry. We were thinking about that.
We were like, what's the one genre? So, do you have a favourite lyric on Britpop, each of you?
You're in my way, I win way. Special K, I love you, I love you. I love the second I love you. My wife loves the second I love you.
I think because it's so Rob, eating sashimi.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be
Eating my sashimi in my underwear.
I love that, and that nearly went. Because that was quite, I think he thought that was tongue in cheek, and it nearly went. And then I said, "That's so you."
Yeah.
And those are the moments. Even Selfish Disco's got a lot of that in it.
Oh,
but
yes.
when Rob sings lyrics like that, there's only him that's going to do that.
Yeah.
Protein pills in a dopamine packet.
I can
life
see him
preserver
eating,
in the shape of
I
a
can see him eating the sushi in his underwear. So
Yeah.
it's just very him. I love it, and I know people want to hear that.
Yes.
So Green Eyed Mental Boy might be one of my favourite tracks. And actually, I'm we're talking about people sending you messages and getting a pat on the back from people you love and people you respect. Guy Chambers, he's done. We wouldn't be touring the way we do if him and Rob hadn't done what they'd done with all the amazing tunes. And he sent a text about Spies and Green Eyed Mental Boy, just saying how wonderful he thought they were, and that meant the world. Because one, he didn't need to, but two, coming from him, who's at the helm of all this years ago, it was a wonderful, wonderful head nod to what we'd done, and I was really grateful. It gave me a little spring in my step, that I have to say.
It's nice.
And he came and joined us in Liverpool, so it was a nice group hug, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like a special
it
moment.
was.
Yeah. So, going on to playing on the album.
Boring
Karl?
bit. Is it? No, it's not. But when you, I'll be honest, when you've written and produced a lot of it, it doesn't come. It doesn't come. It's not the first initial thought, is it? Performing on the record at first, because my thing is now getting the songs in shape, so you're bigger part of the picture.
Yeah.
How do you feel about playing on the record?
Well, there was two lanes to it, really, because there's like Spies, that I did everything at home, guitars, bass, keyboards, and BVs with Emily. And then I'd some of the very first guitars, the demo, there's not really a demo these days because you record...
A lot's done at Green Nova.
It's down in my garden, yeah. And they stay, and then I remember for that, Sam was getting back to me, can you just play this one, replay this one, and I'd replay that one, and that was all done within one day. And then you're suddenly playing it in a stadium going, this was just a little thing in my garden, and now
that's so amazing.
So there's that in my own time, and I'm so used to just being there, and the dog, if he can be bothered to stay in, he's got ADHD, he's a Springer Spaniel, so he's just can we play, can we play another? And then there's things like Bite Your Tongue, where Martin's on bass, I'm on guitar, you're on drums.
My favourite guitar solo on the record. I'm sorry, Tom Longworth. Actually,
I got to play the solo on.
Yeah, that's what we were going to ask
we we cut it live, so it's in the moment where all the instruments are playing live. So it's
actually Tony Iommi is the best solo on the record. It's brilliant. His solo on Bite Your Tongue's, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say, and I'm not being ungrateful about playing kit, but when I was playing on the Christmas album, I was a bit, because I wasn't producing a lot of that. There was other drummers on it, and I was more worried about play. But now there's a lot more for us to focus on, and that's mixes and producing and making sure the arrangements are right. So drums was probably a bit more of a last thought this time. But if I'm not playing what's right for the song and doing it right by now, then I should have quit. But it was just, it's one of the other ingredients now. So it's not all focused about the drums. Drums is kind of something we just get done.
Right.
And Owen's a mean bass player as well. But between us, we can get a lot done.
Right.
We really can.
Yeah.
and quick.
Yeah.
Even Glockenspiel on Human.
Yeah.
I believe.
Tambourine.
Yeah, tambourine.
Who was the Glockenspieler? That was one of Chris Martin's people.
Oh,
Was it? I wasn't
Yeah.
there.
We thought it was
Oh,
you.
you're credited on
I
Are you
shouldn't be.
credited Glock?
I can't be.
I'll keep that. Yeah.
Credited
Am I
for it.
credited for Glock?
Rewind. Just say, me on the clock. Yeah.
I did the Glock at Green Nova Studios in the garden with Michael the dog.
With Michael Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I? Yeah, if I'm down for it, I'm done. I've done it.
Yeah. Great.
I think as well. I mean, I'm trying to remember where we did everything, but I've done drums. Where did we do Spies drums?
Did you not do them?
Rack.
Weren't you doing King Herd?
I can't remember. It's been done over such a long
Some
a
of
long
it was
time.
done when we were in Rack doing stuff.
Comment section was Rack.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why it's hard to pinpoint exact memories. Like I say, we haven't been in a room with a band for 2 weeks. We've done it over time in different places with different formations. I'm trying to think of my favourite. Do you know what? My favourite moment of tracking was Pretty Face, because I can remember all of us being there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And playing that day, I was just the drummer because it was all done. But when you're in there worried about every other bit of instrumentation or the arrangement of the song, you kind of don't focus too much on the drums, because I'll always play what's right, but I wasn't able to go, yay, I'm the drummer.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of
I suppose I'm the
hats.
same with guitars, because you're doing so many different things. It's pretty much the first thing you do. But I'm a big believer in... I read a really nice interview with someone who worked with Paul McCartney for years. I'm not comparing myself to Paul McCartney. He loves what he comes up with first, and I'm the same.
Me too.
Me
too.
That's right.
Sounds lazy. It's not lazy,
No,
but because your brain hears it once.
Yes.
You do what you think's right.
Yeah.
And then the more you think about it, you overthink it.
So then you always come back to that.
Yeah, so first or second take is always the best, and that's
And it's vibe over technical brilliance as well. So it's like, it's vibing.
Similar thing to live as well. For the first couple of songs live, me and Owen will be locked into the show and everything around us, and my focus is on Rob, making sure he comes down and everything's in place. So I won't really think about the kit until 4-5 songs in. Not saying my performance will be down any levels.
Then you'll enjoy Strong.
Yeah. Because I just want... I've got other priorities.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
really conscious here that I'm like throwing water on being the drummer on the record, because it's the best thing in the world. But I've got a lot of other responsibilities.
Yes,
That's all I'd say.
Yeah.
I should have said that the first time. We've had fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've had great fun. How many times do you reckon we've phoned or WhatsApped each other over bloody songs? I mean, the amount of demos we've got on WhatsApp and stuff. Because if I ring Owen and say, can you do something like this, or can we knock something up? I mean, we'll be doing it this week. The amount of is very quick, and he'll send stuff back and through, and I'll say, can you shave that off? Actually, can we do? And when you go back to look for something, there's just so many different.
Yeah. The journey of the song. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're watching Robbie Williams Rewind.
So I think we'll move on to the tracks. Mm-hmm. Talking about Spies, you've covered it a bit already.
Yeah.
But there was a demo of Robbie singing Spies in 2022 at some kind of event. He's just kind of in his swimwear, really. He's just singing it.
Really?
And it sounds really different, like really, as
Slower.
you said, much slower.
Yeah.
Different
That'll
lyrics. and
be
everything.
my basic demo.
Sounded a bit ambient, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably very ambient.
I know what's happened.
slower. Yeah.
We did an ambient version.
Have we?
Yeah. Like the same approach as Pocket Rocket, I'm
Okay.
sure. When was this?
2022.
Oh,
After,
No, I don't think we did.
Well, it was slower.
It sounded a little bit more house dance,
just slow. like-
deep house, sort of slow.
All I can think of here, this is what's
He's playing
happened.
something else.
He's playing, it might have been another backing track from like
he's singing the
Lufthouse or
top
something
line.
like that.
He's singing the top
And he's
line.
singing the top line
Yes.
over that,
That's
which is
because that rings no bells.
it's the Robbie Williams
Okay.
Poolside mashup.
Yeah.
It did sound like
And he's
that.
done that with a few things actually. It's a great exercise.
Wow. Yeah.
Because that's, if you look at Pocket Rocket, which comes on at the end of the gig, it's quite the moment there.
Yeah.
And you can do that with a lot of songs.
Yeah.
We've done that. It's a good one.
So Pretty Face started out as a King Herd song written by Tom, with Rob saying, the chorus is still Tom's chorus. Can you tell us about what you did to make the song sound more Britpop than rock?
I'll give you the accurate facts on this one. It's actually, it's a King Herd song that me, Dave and Tom are messing around with. And I was saying, it's great. I love it. And Dave wrote the chorus, to be fair to him. Dave's a great melody man, really, really good. And Dave says, too sweet, Pretty Face, doesn't work for King Herd, it's not enough. And I want to kill someone. So, no. So I said, look, I think it's a cracker of a tune. We're gonna reinvent it a little bit and put Rob's stamp on it. So I took it to Rob and took all the melodies off the verse, and just went to work at it, me and Owen, and turned it into something.
Johannesburg.
Something that would fit on this album. Johannesburg, we did, yeah. So here we go. So all that was brand new. So I went back to the King Herd lads and said, look, Rob really likes this. We're gonna chop it, get it on the chopping board and make it fit. So it was a real coming together of two different worlds, because it's a great tune. I still think, I don't think it could have been a King Herd song, but when Rob heard it, when he started singing it, instantly I was like, yeah, okay. We did a few different versions. And there's a few other songs. There was one other song that was called Somebody Else that we did by King Herd. great tune, but this is a good example. The lyrics weren't quite right for Rob.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't find a way around it. So it was a bit too dark, I think.
Too introspective.
And we went all the way with it. It had strings on it and God knows what. But it was a great tune. May surface one day and under the radar or something, I don't know. But these songs all go through different journeys. But this is part of the process of knowing what's right for Rob. If he stands up in the room, starts singing it, and he wants to get it down, you know that he loves it. So I just heard the chorus and went, he's going to love this. Yeah. So we basically got Rob to do new lyrics and... we all came together and made a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Nice tune.
Absolutely.
And Bite Your Tongue was written by Rob with Ashley Hamilton and Jason Bell, but Karl, you produced it with Martin.
Yes.
Was that fun to do?
Real tough. The demo was fantastic for that. And that was one first out the traps, like I said, where he was doing it. I don't know what we call that on the verse. It's kind of rapping.
Yeah.
But it's Rob's own style. And I love the swagger. It's quite hard edge, dirty sort of trap with a glam chorus, if you like. Mm-hmm. And it was really important to keep the manic chaos, stressful, so we had to get the programming in line with the live kicks. The live kit and everything doesn't kick in until the second verse, where it then starts to sound like a Britpop track.
Yeah.
So that track, I think it's a brilliant track, by the way. I really do.
Yes.
And I know there's reference. It's so hard to do anything in this day and age without references.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
When you play things to people, I'd rather someone say, I love that, that's great, rather than go, that sounds like so. It's like, everything sounds like something, doesn't it? You know, it's hard. So, it had its different references and whatnot, but who cares? It's a great tune. And we went in and played that at Eastcote, and that's when old Spring stepped on the guitar, and that solo, it's great.
It is great.
It's bonkers. I think it's what's going on in Owen's head, that solo, all the time.
Yeah, when I'm doing the washing up. Yeah.
But Bite Your Tongue stood the test of time because it was one on
One of the earlier
on the sheet early doors. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great, and one of my favourites to perform in the show.
But I think that the combination of the live take we did in the room, which could be any
With the
decade,
programming.
1950s, 1960s, 70s, with the modern programming was a lovely marriage, basically.
That's a great example of Terefe's injection to the record. That one, Terefe. That's Terefe's magic. And funny enough, when I'm playing it live, being the drummer, and the light show is particularly sort of chaotic, it feels aggressive and like it could be in the Queens of the Stone Age at that moment. And that's what we all loved about it. It was a real F off.
Yeah. We could see you going through on that one.
Yeah, I think at the end of the gig on Warchild, I went. I think he sold everyone did that one. Did you get going on that one? I was like, yeah, Jesus. Great fun.
And whose idea was it to include Rob's laugh on it?
That was actually originally on the demo,
Right.
and we wanted to keep it because it's just it's such
perfect.
character.
Yeah, absolutely. We love it.
I can't do it.
I first heard it when you played it to us. It made us laugh. It was just that so.
He
rock.
does that a lot in real life,
Yeah.
though. If you tell him if something tickles him, he'll go, I can't do it now, I'm too rash. But it's contagious,
Yeah, it
and
is.
it's very him.
Yeah.
Even the what I love on that record is stop.
Oh, yeah.
It's
you
got
like
a
that
lot,
bit,
a
don't
lot
you?
of character noises that when you've heard it a few times, you need to hear those.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's important to keep those ingredients in songs.
Was that the one that was being teased pre-gig?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I apologise.
Yeah.
So we got that done on purpose. Because that was in our ears backstage before we went on to get.
We then have a Pavlovian thing with that when you'd hear it afterwards, you go, I'm about to go. No, you're not about to go on stage. Oh, good.
Same as the last tour, we dropped
Yeah.
something. Don't have many people picked up on it, actually.
A few
we did.
Yeah.
Not enough, really.
No,
I was
not
hoping
enough. But...
hoping for a bit more because it's very obviously.
We
him.
certainly did.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone around us just carry on talking. But I think if you were at the front, you picked up on it. So let's move on to Cocky. Tell us about writing and recording Cocky and 100% Beau with Gaz Coombes.
Well, it was in Cologne. I'm a massive Supergrass fan because I'm sentient and human. Who isn't? And through a connection of Karl, it was suddenly, Gaz Coombes is coming out to Cologne to come to the show with his manager. And I was just like, wow, okay. And we had this house a little bit out of Cologne and we just had a couple of days writing with him. And he said that he'd never written with anyone else outside of Supergrass before.
wow.
And we felt anointed and sort of like, well, wow. And he came to the show and but then he'd heard a version of Spies. I remember him saying to me, he's going, yeah, I really love that song Spies. There's a progression in the chorus. It reminds me a bit of my band. We had an album called In It For The Money. And I went, I bought it the day it came out. And will you sign my... No. And
it was a bit like that. I mean, it went
so sweet, such a beautiful
He's a
man.
lovely human being, Gaz. When it came up, we were in Dublin and Rob said, what about... You talk about collaborations. We shoot ideas around.
We were next to Enya's house at the time. That didn't work. No.
And I said, Enya! I said to Rob, he mentioned Gaz Coombes, and I said, I can't remember who. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got a connection, and a friend of mine, Mike, who used to do sound for Supergrass, has got in touch and said, can you put me in touch with Gaz? We're doing this album, and I'd love to talk to him. So Gaz asked for some tunes, sent him some tunes, and he really liked them. Next thing. Fast forward to Cologne, where him and his lovely manager, Chuffy, were flying out. And we were staying in a house outside Cologne, very funny house, actually. It was quite a sort of, quite a big house in the middle of nowhere. And it was quite convenient that we were doing something because we had days off. Anyway, Gaz Coombes turns up. We came to the gig the night before, hung out, seen everybody. That was a nice moment. It was then, I think we found out Gaz had never written with anyone. We were about to go into the room next day together and just join forces. So Owen set up with all the kit, and we've got a couple of ideas knocking about, and Gaz has got an idea. Gaz came in, and I think he won't mind me saying, but because he hadn't done this before, it's like walking in. It's like speed dating or something like that. We're all going to get on and we're going to like each other's ideas.
Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. You're going to be personal and give yourself over and... Yeah.
It was quite a moment. So I went upstairs, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but Rob was having a kip, I think it was after the show. And Gaz and his manager turn up, and Owen's ready downstairs. And I went and woke Rob up, and he went, I said, Gaz Coombes is downstairs. He went, Gaz Coombes is downstairs. Like Santa was downstairs delivering present. I went, yeah. From the Supergrass. So it was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Them two really bonded. They came down. We started with...
I think... we'd come up with the bones of Cocky. We had all that, and Rob's like away.
What's the tagline?
I'm undivided. Don't get to talk to Jesus.
The B chorus. Sounds very Gaz.
Yeah. So we were vibing on that, and then we wrote the chorus in the room with new chords. But the kind of vibe was stuff that we'd been playing around with. You stockpile.
That actually sounds more Supergrass than 100%.
Yeah.
Which 100% is Gaz's embryo. He turned up with this sample. He said,
We were winding him up because...
He said, I've got this idea. And it's just 100%.
Like that. And then him being him, we're like, throughout the evening of getting to know Gaz, I go, well, I'm dying to hear this 100%. Oh, no, don't be like that. Big pressure on 100%. Like, oh, no, don't, because he hadn't written with anyone. And we were trying to do that as to kind of, be familiar and, hopefully not too bantery.
Another one that should have been on the main. It's a great track, and it's about one of the most beautiful little boys, Beau, cracking little boy, and so every time I hear it, I think of Beau. But yeah, it's a great song, that, and when you hear the sample on its own, we were like, what?
100%.
It's actually got 100%. It's got something magic about it.
Yeah.
But that Gaz came to the table with that idea, and that song turned into something really special. Could have been. It's almost like
it was the other way around. We wrote the verse and the pre.
Yeah.
In the room, and then Gaz had the chorus already, whereas we had the verse and the pre.
I'd say Cocky was
the other way around.
Full collaboration with some ideas we came up with before. Yeah. Here's one we made earlier, but it was almost like the perfect day. Yeah. So we did these tracks together. It was like if you think songwriters normally get together and it takes a while to get it on. Yeah. Those were the two results over the time we had together. That was it. And they both made it. Yeah. So it's remarkable. So Gaz has become a dear friend of us all.
Yeah.
We've stopped being fanboys now because he's a friend, but I still.
I did get him to sign my in it for the... He did. We were at Eastcote. He was doing vocals and guitars, and I had it in my bag, and I had a kind of Jekyll and Hyde moment. No, don't you? But yeah, but no, but yeah. And I got it, and he was a bit, oh, okay. And I was like, just the 23-year-old me would be furious if I don't do this. It's him doing that.
Of course, I guess the payoff, the beautiful moment was Hyde Park when we do Are You Ready, Hyde Park, and he's walking to the stage, and this is all part of the journey.
Yeah.
And then he's up there doing all right with us, and we're like, Christ Almighty, where does this beautiful journey stop? And it's obviously still going. But that Gaz Coombes for me, massive highlight of this whole album and journey, amazing. And I'm so glad we got to spend some time. And them songs are there forever now.
In the interview with Rob, I mean, Rob was just so in the zone and so complimentary about Gaz.
Yeah.
He almost, you could tell the emotion.
Well,
was really
Gaz
there.
embraced Rob.
He's just said that, he reckons that Supergrass could have been an even bigger band than they even were. They could have, gone worldwide. And, so obviously it's...
Well, on camera, I'd love to thank Gaz again for being a part of this album, because he made it shine. He put his touch on
and he mixed those tracks as well.
He did.
It's amazing.
Genius.
What a lovely moment. Cool.
And then how did Jesse and Joy get involved on Human?
That was Terefe?
Yeah, Martin Terefe produced a lot of their records.
Yeah.
And he thought it'd be a great idea to get them involved because he was in campaign with them, which is why we put it out with the other version, which hopefully we'll get to do in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite them along. It'd be nice if we could do it together.
Yeah.
That was Martin's idea, and I think it was just another way of doing something. Originally, Emily was singing on it, which is a beautiful version. I'm sure we heard somewhere someday. But it was as we said earlier, that song had different journeys, and the more popular a song is with everybody that's working on it, the more different versions and opinions that knock about. So there's two versions of that, and the wonderful video of him flying through the air. It's a great song.
Yes, it is.
Really beautiful.
Really beautiful. We did it
Your
on
Glock is the
Glock.
You're on the Glock on that one, right?
Still for hire. When we did it, then the piano room came round at a really good time for us to do that.
BBC orchestras. That was a moment, because that was... I'd only had... I say only. It sounds disparaging. I'd had songs on The Christmas Present, Sit There Christmassy, and then...
We did...
it was the first one of mine was performed live.
We did You Can't Stop Christmas, didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't perform it live. So what I'm saying is that I didn't get to perform Home or Darkest Night. And
Didn't you do Home in Poland with us?
No, it was Guy. And
great song, Home.
so
I love that song.
then XXV, none of those have been performed live. So it was my first moment of performing.
If you could perform song, we're going off track, but if you could perform one song that we haven't, then you've only got one. What's it going to be?
At Home with the full orchestra.
No, what about World and Its Mother?
Oh, then into World and Its Mother.
Yeah.
And then into More Than This.
Oh, yeah, beautiful song.
And then into comment sections, with the full orchestra, with us in the full.
So we need another gig like the Roundhouse.
Yes,
where
we
it was
do.
under the radar, but we need another title of all the songs I didn't get to do. What can we?
We did California Christmas that night. I was in the audience. That was one we wrote.
Oh my gosh!
And that went properly under the radar.
Well, that'll come back.
Yeah.
I think
that'll come back.
Unfortunately, Brian Adams is now.
I know.
One called California Christmas as well.
Is that what
Yes.
That's right.
Because I saw it and I thought, that's not.
We got a better one.
Ask me with a K.
So, Karl, we absolutely love Morrissey. How was that to work on? You produced it, didn't you?
Well, written by. I mean, that's a great collaboration between Rob. That's been around, and Gary Barlow. That's been around a while. There was a couple of others.
Yeah.
But I think the lyrics and what the sentiment is just genius. It was going to be a single, but I think if I can be really honest, what's happened, and going back to the song, it was a joy. Klaus, the guy I talked about in Denmark, I think, or Sweden, he did his wizardry on that, and it's amazing. And we did the same thing with Bite Your Tongue. We basically put real kit and made the song have a bit more of a journey. And I will say, Sarah Jane added some beautiful ABBA type BVs on that, and Gaz Nuttall.
Okay, he's on that
Gaz
one.
Nuttall's on Splanks on that. He'll tell you that himself.
Yeah, I'm on that one.
But yeah, another great tune. I thought I would love it to come out as a single, but I'll tell you what I think's happened. You know, Rob, as I said earlier, is king of the genres.
Yeah.
And if we're not careful, he can be popping up doing everything. So I think that the Brits came along. He finished as Ozzy Osbourne with the tribute, and I thought that was very fitting to just pause for a second.
Yeah.
And just give him a bit of breathing space. So that Morrissey would have been out, been more promo, another video, and it's like, you know, let's not kill the guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He deserves a break.
Of course.
I think he's this record's done wonders.
Yeah.
Morrissey's not going anywhere. Everyone knows what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, and the beautiful thing that's formed, I think him and Moz have got a bit of a beautiful relationship. They talk, which is nice. So I love it. I think it's a great tune. It was one that had to stay on the record, and it just shows the magic of him and Gaz. It could have been on any record. It's timeless.
Yeah. Well, when you first played it to us, it's just a magical track. There's just something.
Instant, yeah.
All the arpeggiated stuff
hard
that
to
plays
explain. And then the smirk on Robbie's face when he said he rated it with Gary.
Yes.
Just happiness.
That was enough. And I
elation.
spoke to Gary about it. Gary was delighted it was out there, because there's a lot of speculation about them two. And do you know what?
No,
Most of it's rubbish.
yeah.
They've got a lot of respect for each other. They've got massive history. The documentary was perfectly timed, and the fact the track comes out like that out of nowhere that they've done together. There you go.
And I love all the tracks on the album, but Morrissey is the one that I just keep coming back to.
So
I love
makes
All
you
My
happy.
Life as
Yeah, it
well.
does.
Makes me happy.
You know,
Yeah.
and I've got a few other favourites, but that one,
Good.
yeah.
It's good. It's good. You need
It's just
music
stayed
like
in
that
me.
in your life.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about you already, so should we go to It's Okay until the drugs start working?
Well, Rob
Big tune.
sent me a message, and he said, "I'm thinking Amarillo." Like that.
He did.
And I went, okay, right, Amarillo, but what I'm going to do, just as an idea in my garden, because I love McCormick and Butler, yes. So
Great
I'm
reference.
going to imagine Amarillo mixed with the sonics of, yes, McCormick and Butler, and came up with the bones of a track, send it to you, you get involved, you then make the changes.
Do you know
come
where we
back
did the vocals for that?
at Rob's house.
Yeah.
And so, and then I actually listened to the demo the other day. It's the quickest, most painless song on the record.
It's
I did
so
a string
quick.
arrangement, but then we were already in Vienna doing Desire, and we were there, and there's a massive, beautiful orchestra. And we went, well, let's do the Drugs Stop Working at the same time. Yeah.
It's a great point, that is, because we all said, when we were there, Desire, I mean, for Christ, we didn't get to that, but we did comment section strings again there as well.
Yeah.
And
they only come in
drums at
towards the
East
end.
Coast. It was, you're right, it was the fastest coming together.
Went to his house. He'd then written the lyrics and the melody.
You know what? I can remember vividly the lyrics in the house were a cheeky half, a little laugh, a cheeky half, is it?
Yeah.
He did those at the house, and it came together like that.
Yeah.
Then I took it home. Once we had the words and the melody, me and Emily do our bit on it. Drums were done at East
I have
Coast.
to give Emily a big shout, by the way, his wife. She's sang
Yes.
on hell of a lot, and she's got this beautiful Laurel Canyon smooth voice, but can do all styles. But she just is this glue throughout the record. So big shout to Emily. Parker. Fantastic.
And then drums at East Coast,
Drums at East Coast, yeah.
and then mix and done. And
On the album.
it's just,
that was it.
yeah.
Just came in and went, out the way.
Or can we actually say that it wasn't on the album, but we've got someone to thank? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Tom Lottery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Lottery heard it and went, mate, that's got to go on the record.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
That's who it was.
Yes.
We asked Rob who it was because Tom had told us that there was one that he said that should go on.
Yeah.
It was that
That-
Rob couldn't remember what it was.
It was
He said, "Oh,
it was
I'm
that.
sure I would've
And
listened
this
to
is what
it."
happens a lot. And it's not that Rob doesn't like the track. It's just he was thinking it was for a different thing that he was planning in the future.
Love Tom, by the way.
Yeah.
What a
He
dude.
played it to Tom, and I remember Tom coming up to me backstage somewhere and went, mate, you owe me.
Well, we're going in with Tom
Yeah.
to do a couple of tracks. Yeah, we're gonna have a little go. I mean, we've spent that much time together.
Oh.
Yeah.
When given a few days off, we're going to go in and just have a couple of days, because I think I think we'll do something fun.
I bet you will. I think you. Well, I know you will.
That's all. Like I say, it's all about the chemistry.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're quite looking forward to it. I think I've got a really good idea.
Yeah.
Of what he should be, what type of tune should be popping out. Having seen them perform live and the sound they create.
Mm-hmm. They are the perfect support band.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because
they couldn't suit you guys and Rob more.
He's so funny.
Works.
Yeah.
And we had such a lovely interview with him, didn't we?
Great.
We got very emotional about the whole journey with Rob.
I bet. Oh, has he done this?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well done, Tom.
Yeah.
He's a good lad.
He is.
And live, when we do Drugs Stop Working, I pull an ear out to hear the crowd singing the Na 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 bit, because that's the Amarillo nod.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's where it's great to have a reference point, even if it doesn't really sound like that, but you're not ripping it off. You're not allowed to. You get sued. But just
you're
you've got a blank
to
canvas, and it's just give me a couple of colours, and I'll mix them together. It's reference points, and it's peak Robbie Williams to go, well, Amarillo, and we'll mix it with Bernard Butler. It's great. It's kind of I love
son
that
was
track.
actually born to Amarillo.
Yeah.
No way.
It was playing on the radio in the theatre.
Were you singing it like Rob was singing Frozen?
I was pigging onto the side of the bed trying not to pass out.
Was Peter Kay there as well?
I was envisaging Peter Kay out of that.
Ronnie Corbett.
Yeah, exactly.
But then didn't... Oh, no, it was Chloe that was born to kids, wasn't it? Yeah, that's... Yeah, OK.
Anyway, I digress. What made you decide to put Pocket Rocket at the end of the standard edition? Was it basically just making the bookends?
Well, the lovely story about that was we were somewhere, I think Malta. Me and Tom were in the band lounge, there's a little piano, and he's got an acoustic.
And we always do, there's like a warm-up area and the lads are noodling around, but I heard these beautiful chords.
Just slowed it down. I was sort of doing how would Chris Martin do this? Sort of the softer side of Coldplay.
I went and got Rob, I said, you've got to hear this. And when you sang the melody, what we did do, when we were in Switzerland, once we heard it, went, Jesus, we've got to do a version of this.
Well, no, Rob just put his head and go, I like that, do it. So I went home, put it all together, send it to you. Yeah. And then, were you in Switzerland when you did the vocals?
Yeah.
I did a ghost vocal of what I thought it could be, sort of thing. And then, I really love it because Emily's quite prominent in it as well. Because she, as Karl very kindly said, she's all over the album. And in that one, you just get to hear her vocal with Rob, me very low, sort of ghosting sort of thing. But again, that was as quick as it's okay. Well, the song was already written.
I think what was key about when we started singing it, and it was like, yeah, this really works. It's quite an emotional melody, and Martin got strings done in Nashville on it, which was beautiful. But then when we started singing it, instead of singing Rocket, it turned into I just want to be your rock, yeah. I went, oh my God, and I was like,
turned down
it's like a John Lewis advert, the little puppet that goes in there at Christmas. I want to be your rock, called the Rock. I was like, yeah, I've got it. But we changed a few lyrics in Switzerland and got it down and sent it back in, and then it became this thing. And the reason we put it at the end of the record is because it's very rare these days people listen to a whole record. But I think this forces you to, because it's a journey. It starts with this Tony Iommi and we're coming.
Yeah, I think it does.
And then it goes through this nostalgia journey. You end up at pop. And right at the end, you've got this beautiful, almost soundtrack that makes you want to cry. Yeah. And it says, I just want to be your rock. Now, if you haven't listened to the whole album in full, you're daft. But I think it's perfect for that. And that's why we put it at the end of the show, where you've had the best experience and you've got this beautiful piece of music that's saying, I want to be your rock. And that's why everyone stayed and sang it. So, again,
I walked off
beautiful coming together of everybody's ideas, because without playing it backstage, without trying these things, without being in each other's company, these things wouldn't have happened.
I remember,
and that's having a room full of geniuses. I'm sorry.
We came off stage at the Barrowlands, and you got your ears in, and I'm wandering off, and it hurts, and then I heard all the audience singing it, and where's my phone? Because I want to, and they're all, what a time to be, and it was a real moment hearing the crowds.
When you think of where that song started, I was in LA. And I was ringing Tom because the hour's difference going. It keeps going. He wanted this. It's almost a status quo. when you think of where that started, and you stood up in the room, and it works, to this beautiful version that's been created somewhere else, and that is the start and the finish line, and it's perfect. And I think it wasn't planned, but it looks genius on paper, and musically, it's.
Well, I remember years ago hearing Tori Amos's version of "Smells Like Teen Spirit" just on the piano and going, "Oh, so a brilliant song's a brilliant song, and it doesn't matter if you do it like that or like that." And that was, all those.
Well, I've recently started looking at it. I mean, you could go through most of that record, which is where, what did we call it, Owen? On tour, we had the lounge versions. Well, I don't like lounge. It was the backstage versions. It was all the songs we did different versions of.
We just called them all Pocket Spies.
Pocket Spies.
Yeah.
So you could we talked about at some point doing an album like that or turning all of them, but I think that's called exhausting it. We've done it. But because Pocket Rocket was enough, really.
It's also the bookend of, it was lovely.
But beautiful way to end the record.
Yeah.
It was off for a minute. It was gone.
Oh.
But we'd already put it out, you see.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, everyone loves it now. So it kind of.
And they do. And Rob was so happy in the interview. You all saw people staying behind at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it played before we went on the last tour? Before Bite Your Tongue?
It was.
Yeah.
It was in Edinburgh.
It was.
Yeah.
It's an emotional bit. It's mad how one version can make you like, oh, come on. And then the other one makes you, I love it.
The other one helps you to learn the lyrics, even though they're slightly different.
Yeah. Did you pick up on that? I Want to Be Your Rock.
Yeah.
You
did.
Yeah.
Have you got the other lyric changes in it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think they're really smart changes. Really good.
Now, I've been waiting to ask this question. Karl, tell us about Selfish Disco. We have some history with this. When you said Rob wasn't sure about including it on the album, did you mean the standard edition, or that it wasn't even going to get to be on the deluxe? Because in the listening party, this was recommended by you to be played to everyone.
Yeah. I'm not going to hold back now. Written in Sweden, Stockholm, with the first get-together, because Martin's a writer in his own right. We got together in Stockholm because it's Martin's home city. Me, Rob, Owen in a house, and Martin in a house. And that song was just written in one day. It was the only time we got together. That was the only time we wrote together, and that was the birth of that Selfish
And then
Disco.
the next day, we went to Atlantis Studios.
ABBA Studios.
And
recorded
it's the Dancing Queen piano, so that's why I go ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum in the second verse.
I always look at him every time we're like, brilliant. What a moment. That's how I've gone high pitch, but what
I forgot it in Wolverhampton. I went, da-dum-dum, Mr. Ferg.
Did you?
Yeah.
But the song formed, and what I loved about it, because it's a peculiar song.
Oh, yeah.
And again, in I'd say peculiar in styles of music. It starts like Britpop.
It goes from Liam Gallagher to rock DJ.
It goes to a mild rock DJ.
Yeah.
So when Rob played it to a few people, I think people were like, well, what is it?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, does it have to be anything? No. It's a Robbie Williams tune.
Yeah.
When you see him perform it and you listen to a bit of S Club, bit of Blue, it just hits all the right notes.
And he does the robots.
Yeah, so
But do you remember my friend Richard with his kids? And we put it on in there, and there was a bunch of 18-year-olds loving it.
Here's the thing.
We were like, ooh.
I'm going to say this for the record. That's a class example of a song that could be redone in a more aggressive, up-tempo way, and it'd probably be more accepted. But I think if Harry Styles put it out, people would love it. I think it's got character. Now, Rob didn't want it on the record because don't forget we were making this gnarly... what do you call it? Rock pop. Rock pop. So it didn't fit. It was a bit too... So I get that. I get that's why he didn't want it at first. But I think as time evolved and... you can decide what's on a record on one day and it changes the week after. So we had to decide at some point because it was going to print. So I still think it should have been on there. I still think it could have been a single. And I still think it will travel well in time. I do think it's a brilliant song. I haven't got any rules about what sounds like anything or what goes together. And I'm really proud of it. And I love performing at the gigs. I'm glad we got to do that.
It finishes the show so fantastically.
Yeah, I mean, I asked Rob's wife, Ida, what her favourite tune was, and that was in there. And she's a good judge.
Yeah.
Because it's got, if you go to I know what I want, those melodies are very Rob. And when he hits a certain range, and my favourite bit, which is what we put,
that is the best bit.
and the piano goes dun dun dun. You go back into what we're all used to in Rob world, where we're our happy place.
Yes.
That's a very nice, youthful Rob sound.
Oh, yeah.
His voice on that track.
Yeah.
He's great, and especially when he goes, robot.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? But he
it's
looked at me on the
dancing
gig.
the robots.
He sang robots on the gig and looked at me because I love moments like that. And it's very Rob. So good.
So GEMB,
Yes.
it contains extracts of the hymn Jerusalem, apparently.
It doesn't anymore.
No.
That's a clerical error. Rob said to me in 2018, I got an email from him, and he said, how about a big orchestral outro of Jerusalem? So
We've got a version, it's
I
brilliant.
sat there and I went, na, na, na. It's kind of going like that. Had this kind of ELO-y Mr. Blue Sky kind of way it petered out at the end before the rewrite of it. And
We should get all the demos out.
and I put Jerusalem on it, and that's probably then when it was registered. So that was written, but Jerusalem had gone by the time it came out.
Do you know, we was
listening to it.
I was in Italy.
I think I heard.
I was in Italy with Rob, and you were sending these versions over, and we were playing it, and it was brilliant. It was quite long, but at that point, I was like, "This is the start of the show." Grin on Mental Boy. This is going to be the start of the gig.
Yeah.
I was that in my head. Britpop. That was the Jerusalem thing. Like the end of Mr. Blue Skies, you've got that whole big thing. I thought, what a great start to the gig with that on the end of it. And funny enough, at that time, this is where times were overlapping. We were doing lyrics for You Can't Stop Christmas in the summer. Mental. Great memories.
So when did you write Fucking Amazing? And can you tell us anything about recording that?
Dublin.
Dublin.
It was
Yeah.
Dublin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant lyrics, because Beautiful Middle Eight that came up a lot first time round. Good.
That was in the room.
It was in the room.
Yeah.
We wrote a lot of songs in Dublin because we were staying at a really
But with a
nice house.
Netflix film crew filming it all.
Got it all
So it's
camera.
like really all mic'd up and sort of create. But Rob's used to it. I got used to it.
Yeah, created in the room and then recorded another Terefe. And every big involvement from everybody on that track. Klaus did his bit on it, but we did a lot of the body of that in Dublin and at Nova. And obviously the song is tongue in cheek. It's about life. I mean, it's a shame he never got to do it, really.
I started with the drums from Love Will Tear Us Apart. That's why it's going.
Aren't these great references?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
then
absolutely.
you take it away from that, and then I put a bit of Flaming Lips in,
Yeah.
and then it all and.
It went through a bit of a journey because that was one that could have been on and off, I think. And it was when we got to Eastcote, we all played it in together with a bunch of musos. But I think the lyrics were very personal.
Yeah.
And I think if it didn't have the word fucking in it, I think it might have been.
Well, yeah, we did say that on our last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, but he always has a couple of tracks that are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But a brilliant tune. I think it's great when you think about the tunes that you've done together and you instantly know where it was done because those are obviously the beautiful moment for me is the creation.
Yeah.
And that was when we were in the room. They came up. We needed a middle eight, and Owen just went to these chords. And it just happened like that. And we went, that's it. And then sometimes you spend a day on that. Well, some people do, but genius work.
Yeah.
And how was the songwriting process for Desire? Did Eric Jan Grob write the Spanish lyrics, or was it?
What was
or
his
involvement? in
God,
that?
this is quite a journey, this one. So the original tagline, wrong key.
Well, it was a piece of music for like an instrumental library music track.
Yes.
For sport purposes, and it was one that had come, I don't know how, to your attention, and it sounded like this would be good because Rob had been approached to do a song for FIFA for the World Cup or something.
We were in
Stad? No,
Klagenfurt, Austria. And so Rob gets approached by Gianni Infantino, sorry.
Yeah.
So that right, Gianni Infantino.
Yeah.
And, as you do, just regular, everyday question. Can you write me the FIFA anthem? And I remember Rob coming to us in Vienna. God, my memory's good tonight. Saying, look, we've got to do something with this. And you suddenly get excited and you think, God, if this is real, this is amazing. So this idea came through.
We had a show cancelled in Klagenfurt because of flooding.
Yeah.
So we had a day off.
We had quite a few days off because we went to see Depeche around the same time. Depeche Mode.
Yes.
Anyway, so we got this embryo of an idea. So we get in there and we start putting it together. Me and Owen get together first and make sure the brief was Champions League style, emotional, not it's sort of grand and emotional, anthemic. So we put it together and instantly it was a moving piece of music. And once we put it all in one arrangement, there was 2 big sections because they wanted to play one section just for when the teams walk out. So we got to work, we did the melodies and then we did the lyrics. The hardest bit about this was that FIFA, and there's nothing wrong with it, FIFA wanted to inject some of their lyrics.
Right.
So it had to have Give Me the Ball. It had to have FIFA, soccer.
Yeah.
It had to have all these elements which Rob wouldn't normally put in.
Yeah.
Which is why FIFA soccer is me, isn't it? And
It's
FIFA's.
me, you, and no, you're FIFA standard time.
I'm FIFA standard time.
Sounding really sexy.
So all these things had to be put in there. So the bits that Rob didn't, it weren't him, we did in different voices and we got kids on it and all sorts. So, but Rob wouldn't normally have that much influence on his lyrics because he's got to stand there and sing it. But given it's for football and the World Cup, we needed certain elements.
Yeah.
We played ball, no pun intended, and we went along and did the track. We finished it, and then we were approached to have an artist on it that could sing in Spanish, which was Laura Pacini.
Yeah.
Love Laura. She's wonderful. We've done a gig with her in Athens, but her performance, as times go, her performance on that track and live.
Yeah.
I had the I was fortunate enough to go to New York for the FIFA Club World Final. Is that what it's called? Owen couldn't come. I can't remember why, but he did. But I went and watched Rob perform it, and I'm not going to lie, some tears started streaming down because I was like, just to talk about doing it, then it happens.
Yes.
You're on the FIFA plane, you go to this final. I love football, so does Rob. He's out there singing it as if like he's done it a million times. But it was a massive moment to see it go into the production line and become a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm very honoured to be a part of it. You know, it wasn't the normal structure of us writing a song and because there's other parties, but to be given the opportunity to do it and it turned into what it's turned into, we're eternally grateful. But I do feel like I'm really proud of our production on it because we've been through a few different versions and journeys. In fact, there's another version knocking about, but it looks like we'll be heading out and it will be used for this World Cup, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. There's hopefully it's got a nice long life, but I'm very proud of what we did on that. I'm very proud to be a part of it, and being in New York was like a hair raiser, honestly. It was one of those big pinch yourself moments, for sure.
Yeah. We said on our other episode that we did recently, it's an amazing collision of worlds, isn't it? I mean,
there's so much that pops up in Rob's world.
Yeah.
You know, those arcade games where you get a rubber mallet and these things keep popping up. That's Rob's career, isn't it? So, and I always say this to Rob, always get on a plane or we've just done something that's ridiculous and it's hard to digest. And we go, wow, what's going on? And that's what I love about being in Rob's world. You know, anything is possible, anything's achievable, and anything can happen. Anything's around the corner. Yeah. But when you've got a team like we have now, the band, I must give a shout out to all the crew, the band, Owen, the whole atmosphere we create around Rob and everything we do together is very infectious.
Yes,
it's very, and anyone that comes into our world. Leaves with a smile on their face, just going, wow, that's a special bubble to be in. And that's because he's on the top form of his life. I think he's the best Rob he's ever been in shape, mindset, vocally, performance, a dad, a husband, because that was. He's just the best bloke right now I've ever seen, and of him. Best
and the
form
infrastructure, you know, big. A lot down to you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Just the tireless work you do.
He's a dear friend. I care for him so much, and I love him and his family. But I've realised over time what makes him tick and what he needs around him to do what he does. It's not a normal lifestyle, and it certainly demands a lot of different things. You know, the being away from the kids and his wife, and being getting up and entertaining to the masses like that isn't normal.
Yeah,
it's not. And it must take hell of a lot, but because he's so confident, he's in mega shape. I mean, he's working out like crazy. He knows what to do to be the best version of him now. So I'm dead proud of him, and we're eternally grateful for the life we have with him, because it's fantastic.
And the vibe and the energy that you all put out. I mean, even though Britpop is more of a stripped back, or long 90s gigs were more of a stripped back show, we connected with what you were doing. So it was. It was just something else. Everybody talked about it. All of you, Rob as well.
He asked for character. When Rob turns around on stage, it's important that no one's looking at the floor and that you're really in the game. And this is part of the reason we do this pre-disco, because on a tour of that size, it's very possible you might not see someone for 2 days.
Everyone's on laptops.
So if you suddenly arrive on stage and just, how you doing? What have you been up to? But we have this disco. So
why are you in a sling?
We come on stage like a football squad that's just won the cup.
Yes.
And you're going to join in with our party.
Yeah.
And I think Rob also demands the best out of every one of us. Yeah. And he deserves it. If he's on top of his game, so should everybody else be,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cheers to everybody.
Yes. So, final question then. Do you have a favourite song on Britpop? Was that too hard?
That Choosing from the Children, though.
Yeah.
It's 100% Beau for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's part back to the fanboy of, being with Gaz that day. And I love Rob's voice on it. Yeah. I love Rob's voice all the way through, but especially in the chorus. I think the chorus is huge.
Yeah.
It's just this massive, powerful moment, and such a wonderful journey, and such a lovely postcard from that wonderful day being with Gaz. So it's like I put it on and go, I'm back there basically, and feel very lucky. And
lovely answer. I'm going to be really selfish.
Is it selfish disco?
No, it's not. Well, it was. But what you've been talking of, is it from a drummer's point of view or from a songwriter's point of view?
Pocket rocket then.
It's from a Karl Brazil point of view.
Do you know what? From a collars up journey of a song, when it was written, and the actual journey of a song, the way it makes me feel, from a drum point of view, all the boxes ticked. Green-Eyed Mental Boy. I think it's real. It's a real Rob track. The brass, the drums, the lyrics.
And it's our journey of 10 years, because that's 2016. We
in your old house.
Wow.
That was in.
It's the one that got away. It should have been on the album, and it should have been in the show, because it's everything. And when Guy texted me and said, "I fucking love Green-Eyed Mental Boy," and I went, "Okay, so I'm on point here." So Guy's probably helped me with that.
Also, with Green-Eyed Mental Boy, I did a newer version, which is closer to the one that came out, because things get parked, and there wasn't an album, and we'd just come out of COVID, and I wasn't in the band at that point either, and I just went, I'm going to have another go at this. And I remember I sent it to you both, and we went to visit our friends, and I remember sitting there and I'm checking my emails, nothing. And it was like 24 hours later, and even like Emily was saying, "You're on it," and I was doing this. It's fine. I was like a teenager, kind of going, I haven't heard from her or him, or like that. And then Rob replied, "Went, this is fucking great," and I went, I knew, but I was
And that's
waiting.
the pure example of a song almost coming too early in the cycle of things. Because I think if that had come late, it might have been on. Because you get used to them. And also that's a very familiar. Rob's done that before, the brass, But for me, that's, I guess, for the old nostalgia, when I first listened to Rob's record, that's kind of, we've been part of that, and it's a great feeling. So Green-Eyed Mental Boy wins. But Selfish Disco.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Karl and Owen. I mean, the fans are absolutely loving the album, as you know. And the chemistry that you have as songwriters, producers, musicians, performers is just second to none.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen Rob go through many different transitions and genres through the years, and this one is just jaw-dropping. I mean, it absolutely is. And I can see why you were so excited when you didn't tell us about the idea, but you told us there was something coming. And this has just been monumental. And so we're looking forward to what's coming next, aren't
Yeah.
And there will be more.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
right.
It's always fun to get together. We've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you for taking us behind the scenes as well.
Pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are the things which not everybody knows how those, the tracks
No,
get
that's
made
true,
and where
actually.
they
Forget about that.
originate. And we know that people really want to understand that, which is part of the reason why we do the podcast.
Well, I hope your
Thank you.
editing skills are good because I can talk for England. I've really enjoyed that. It was thanks for making the journey down to see us.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
Cool.
Thank you.
Robbie Williams Rewind.